I'm Peter Raulerson with the Executive Network of Seattle. Today I'm interviewing Jeff Levy, a business coach and franchisee of the Entrepreneur Source. After 30 years of starting and running businesses and nearly 10 years as a franchise coach, Jeff is now co-author of the book, Making the Jump into Small Business Ownership.
Thank you, Peter. It's a great opportunity to spend time with you this afternoon.
Let's talk about your program for tens that you're planning to do at the monthly meeting on January 16th. You're planning to talk about your journey to create and launch your book. Is that right?
Yes, I'm very much looking forward to that opportunity to share this experience with the TENS members. This is a book that I co-authored with a young man named David Nielsen.
What is the purpose of your book?
The purpose for the book was to educate people who, because of circumstances perhaps beyond their control, are going to need to learn basic fundamentals of how to start a business, how to be self-reliant, how to take care of themselves. And we wrote the book with that bigger goal in mind. And then, of course, David had a goal of using that book as a credibility factor for some of his speaking engagements that he does on a national basis. And I use the book as a capturing of legacy and experience that I've developed over the last 30 to 45 years.
You mentioned that people will need to be self-reliant. Who are they, and what message are you providing to help them?
Well, we all know that in 2008 we had what was called the Great Recession, and that effectively broke the bond between employers and employees. And so the concept of long-term security through a corporate job really doesn't exist today. We are all responsible for our own career, managing our own risks, and managing our future. So that's the community that we try to address with the book.
Where did your journey start?
It actually started with a phone call from David Nielsen, who said that he wanted to write a book, and it had not actually been high on my list of things to do. And when he asked for help, we sat and talked about the description of what does help mean, and it became apparent that instead of help, it was something we should do together. We should collaborate. His perspective from being a 32-year-old and mine from being a 62-year-old, I thought brought some interesting generational perspective to the topic, and that's where the journey started.
What obstacles did you run into on your journey, and how did you overcome them?
Well, some we created ourselves, candidly, and in part because our original assumption of how to write the book was based on our own thoughts of efficiency. We came up with an outline. We did a very rough dump of all the information we had on each topic into the chapters, gave it in a raw form to a ghostwriter, and expected that we would have a nice, neat package presented to us. And instead we had a mess, something that we wouldn't be proud of putting our name on. And we had some serious discussions and decided that if we were going to publish a book, we literally had to write it ourselves.
You told me that the book is producing a big business card effect for you. What do you mean by that?
The book has opened up some significant opportunities, actually. One out as an example, I sent the book to the dean of the business school that I graduated from, Fordham University. He read the book and had recommended it to something called the Fordham Business Accelerator, which gave me some visibility to the professors teaching programs there. And it led to me being invited as a fellow of the Fordham Consortium, where I can help them work on long-term academic planning.
Thanks, Jeff, for putting a really great program together for TENS.